Okay, welcome back to Crazy Real with Bugge and Zogg, and I'm here with one of my dearest, bestest friends ever, Kelly Shetsky, and we're here to talk about Regan, Regan's acts of kindness.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, how are
I
you?
appreciate it. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. So a lot of people in the community have heard of Regan and Regan's acts of kindness, but then it has already been, she died it's already been like 9 years. So a lot of people haven't heard of her.
right.
So here's a photo here. So Regan was almost 4 years old, and she was going to Eastwood Baptist Nursery School on James Street. And one day, my husband took her out of the car seat and was holding her hand, and another parent hit the gas instead of the brake and hit into them and killed her. So since then, we started Regan's Acts of Kindness. It was someone else's idea, and it was just something to focus on. And I think it was a good idea because it's done so much good for people, but it also gives me something to focus on. Apparently I'm a high functioning griever. You hear all these words, through your grief process, but we do a number of things through the year, really anything to bring joy, mostly to children. Some of you, if you've been to the Wild Animal Park in Chittenango, we have that huge giraffe statue and benches, and so we have Regan's Corner there. We've done some playground stuff. We have big plans for, a large garden playground, but really anything that would make children smile.
Right.
So so we just wrapped up our ornament drive, which is a big thing that we
Christmas.
do. Yeah, and we collected usually about 4,000 ornaments.
Wow.
It's a lot of new ornaments, and we give them to children at a number of local agencies and wrap each one, and they get to pick. And it's cool because you'll get some that are little ballerinas and some that are footballs, and we like to think that the children can pick what they like.
Right.
Based on their interests.
Yeah, and we also, I wanted to have you on because I wanted to talk about all that, but I wanted, because it's been 9 years,
I know.
and you want to, we want to keep talking about her and keep her memory alive and all that. And I know you, and you do, you do grieve better, busy.
But yes, I grieve better, busy. And that's interesting about the grief process, that everyone, you just kind of figure it out as you go. You never grieve the same way as the other people in your life, which is very annoying when you live in a house with like my husband and he grieves. Like I'll be having a fine month, like normal, taking care of the other kids and and then he'll be in a funk, and you're just like, what? Like it just never matches up, which is what you learn when you grieve the loss of anyone that you love. And so it's interesting. And one thing that stuck with me, Monsignor Yazel, who was a Holy Cross at the time, he was there at the hospital that day, and he said to us, forgive people for being awkward, because people are awkward after death. They just are, and you don't know if you should tell people you're thinking about their person who passed or whether you don't mention their name. It's awkward. And so that has stuck with us. That's very true.
Mm-hmm. And I was, even though we've been best friends forever, I still, bringing it up to you, I was still nervous because I'm like, but you tell me what you don't want to tell, if you didn't want or whatever, but no, that was rough.
Yeah, I do feel that, like, I bring up her name a lot. Like, just, I'll be out shopping and see something, but it also depends on who I'm with.
Yeah.
And I think some people I don't as much because, like, say maybe my parents, because that triggers them more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah. So let's talk about let's start with the wild. How did that come about?
Oh, God. So I think... And there's also a cloud around you when you go through grief. So then you literally don't remember. Like we actually went to Disney World as a distraction.
We did, yeah.
In the year after with you.
That October.
Yes, and I know you guys talked about Disney already.
And you're just like.
Well, you led the way. Like I can, Marissa, I followed you. Like I was not into the plan. It's a lot.
It is. It's
I
so
was on
much.
your side. Like your whole other episode about Disney. I was totally on your side.
Well, my aunt said,
it's a lot.
Take my points, take Kelly and Gavin, and we took your mom.
My mom,
And we did the whole thing, and you said it was kind of a blur.
And it was good though. Like at the time it wasn't a blur, but now But because you led the way, I literally just felt like a duck following you, and you're like, we have to be on this ride at this time and this ride, and it was perfect. I still, even now, and it doesn't have anything to do with grief, I just think I'm one of those people that I don't have the mental ability to handle.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Being the lead in Disney, but that was all your thing. Yeah, I don't know why I started talking about Disney.
Well, we were talking about like
You went there like a year or so after she passed.
Yeah.
we were talking about how it was a blur because I asked her.
Oh yeah, it was Blur. Oh, so the Wild, I don't know. It started out with she loved going there, and I had tons of pictures of her there. And like after her little graduation from her 3-year-old preschool program, we went there with my parents, and we've been there with my in-laws. And I remember just saying, "Oh, we should see if they'll put a statue up because they have little like." They have that one with the monkeys and the kids on the bench and the monkeys are being weird. And then they have like a little bear one or whatever. And then it evolved where Jeff, the owner of the Jeff Taylor, is fantastic. And he, at the time, this girl Danielle worked there, and we're still friends on Facebook. And Danielle helped us kind of lead the project. And it became this 12-foot tall giraffe. We spent more money to ship it here from Texas. It came like on a truck by itself from Texas than we did to actually buy the statue. And then he paved the whole corner, and he, and we had raised some money. So we, bought the statue, and then we had a chainsaw artist, I think from like somewhere in Rochester, Buffalo area, made the owl benches, which I totally need to like repaint and stuff. That's what you don't think about as the maintenance of
Right.
outside in central New York. So I think there's like an ear missing, but we've worked on them a few times through the years, but I definitely have to do it this spring. But Jeff on his own, he took on the cost of like the fence, and he made the big, cement, and he really brought
He's
it
the
to
owner?
life. Yeah. And I just envisioned like a little statue somewhere, and they made it a whole corner, which was so nice.
They did. And
Yeah.
we were there.
Yeah,
The
we
day
were.
they revealed it.
I remember it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
the day you
just-
revealed it. Yeah.
The day we
Yeah.
revealed it. I just looked at a picture the other day. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot you were there.
Yeah, we had a big group of people there that day.
Yeah.
That was fun. And so, so we have that corner still. And then when they do their Christmas lights, they put some owl. Because the people that do the Christmas lights are the ones that used to have the lights at their house on Jacobs Lane
Oh yeah.
in Brewerton, Beeville, somewhere. It was a huge attraction. And it got too big with traffic that they stopped doing it at their house. And then they opened up a company, and I'm sorry, it's top. I feel like Frosted Light Productions maybe, where they do the lights at these public places. And so they had contacted me, and they had found out. They actually took the owls on the bench and had owl lights made, which is cool. So they just had that at Christmas time. Yeah.
So she loved owls?
She loved owls. Well, so her nursery decor were owls.
Okay.
And then, so we definitely loved the cute owls, like not a realistic brown owl,
Right.
but and then I ended up like, and I'm not really a tattoo person, but I ended up even like getting a tattoo. The lighting is like not good, with owls on it and her handwriting. But yeah, so owls kind of became the thing entirely because that was just her like nursery decor. And so she did a lot of owls after that.
And you said back to the Regan's Acts of Kindness, it was somebody else's idea.
Yes. So this other mom at nursery school, Bridget, who lives in Salve now, she had a daughter, Delia, who was like Regan's best friend. I mean, they were like 3.5, but favorite friend at school. And fun story, Bridget actually lived in the same duplex as Mark and I did on Court Street when we first moved here from Indiana. And so we just knew them sort of as our neighbors. And then years later, reconnected at the nursery school, and she had a daughter, Regan's age. So it was very random. So she was there that morning. She was dropping her daughter off, and she saw the whole thing, and it was terrible. And so then the days following, I don't know how, probably a couple weeks maybe, she thought about it. Because like Regan's close to the word random, and there was the whole random acts of kindness. And so it kind of became Regan's acts of kindness. Yeah.
And that's one of the little things you can.
Yeah. So we have these like cards that we printed up that, they have a quote on them, and then they explain, help us continue to spread the happiness Regan always did by performing an act of kindness in her memory. And so we encouraged people, and we still did, people are still doing it, to do any sort of act of kindness. It might be that you're paying for someone's Dunkin' Donuts behind you, or we've had this woman, Angel, and her daughters, they do a lot. And so one time we were at Green Lakes, like with my other kids, just enjoying the beach. And this girl came up, and it was one of Angel's daughters with a sand bucket with this. And she was handing them out on the beach, and we happened to be there.
And she didn't know who you
witness.
were?
And well, the mom definitely did, and she came over, but it was like we've never actually been there all of a sudden in the middle of someone doing an act of kindness. It was very cool. Because a lot of times we'll hear from people who have done them, but not necessarily from the recipients, and we love to hear from the recipients.
So if they do it, should you want them to post it?
Yeah, so we have this card, and it's available, and it's pinned. We have regansactsofkindness.com. We also do most of our stuff on Facebook under Regan's Acts of Kindness. So you can find it there and print it off yourself.
And I can put the
we love any sort of posts on Facebook. We have like 11 or 12,000 followers on there. That's our most active place that we talk about Regan and do things. And I have Instagram, but I'm just not an Instagram person. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
I'm
my
getting like
thing.
old. So Facebook, like I'm the old lady on Facebook or whatever. I'm trying. So we do have an Instagram page. I just need to but yeah. So these cards, we love when people have brought them on cruises.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've had acts of kindness done, and like we've had photos sent to us from Japan,
Wow.
from a lot of places in the Caribbean. Someone left, because we encourage people also to paint rocks and leave them, and they can write on the back of the rock Regan's Acts of Kindness. So one was left at the Vatican, all over the country, the world.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I will say, I mean, it's nice to do this interview because you start to wonder if people are forgetting at a certain point, and obviously there's a dip. I mean, at first, like we had so many acts of kindness being done, but it has been a while, and so it does start to dip, and so it is nice if it kind of gets going again.
Right.
So
her birthday,
March 3rd.
right? So you do this big book drive.
So we do a book drive. So she loved books, and I just remembered last night that because she died when she was almost 4, and I was still trying to get her to nap in her 3s. Which you know how that goes. And there were several times that I thought she was, and I walked in there and she's in the middle of her bed, just surrounded by books, like everywhere. So she loved books. So we started doing the book drive, and it's for like books from birth all the way up, because one of the agencies we give them to, Elmcrest, helps children in crisis and children in foster care and same with McMahon Ryan, and they help a lot of teenagers. So we actually also take a lot of teenage books. So we're going to start this in February.
Okay.
So the month of February. And it's like literally any kind of book. What's nice about this is we prefer new, but we can take gently used. And a lot of people they love to clean out their kids' book collection, as long as they're in good shape. Right. We'll take them. And I mean, once in a while we get, which I don't love, we get like where there's writing, and it's like, Dear Jimmy, and we love you so much, Grandma and Grandpa. And then I'm like mad at the parent that they donated.
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of books, all of us as parents, but I'm like, I feel bad.
And you stick that little thing in.
Yeah.
Right there.
So this is the regular kindness card. So what we do is, and we get, I forgot to look at my number, but I feel like I get like 4,000 books too. And books are heavy.
Yeah, they are.
And books are annoying.
They're all different shapes and sizes, and you're trying
different shapes and sizes. It's like a Tetris game to get them to fit in a container, and they're heavy. Have I mentioned that they're heavy? Mm-hmm. They're heavy. I mean, except for these.
In Kelly's dining room, when you walk in, there'll be 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, stacks everywhere. She's like, "Do you want to come help me separate books?"
And you're like, "No, I don't think you've ever offered again." I don't know. I'm trying to like fix the system. I don't know. Because we do an Amazon wish list. So I'll have an Amazon wish list, which I'll put on Facebook. Yeah.
And we'll put the link up too.
Okay. So I have to get going on that. And so they'll come in new. And so unboxing them is a whole thing, which that's the one, Regan's big brother is now almost 16, Gavin. So I make Gavin and Mark unbox things. So we'll end up like some days getting like 20 something boxes from, we've often gotten that big thing that looks like a laundry hamper, like a hotel full of just box. They just leave us the whole container. So I have sometimes been like, okay, right away, if it looks like it's for a baby, it goes on this side of the dining room, and then 2, like you said. And then sometimes I just don't, and they're just everywhere. I overthink it. Because I want to make sure that, like Golisano, I want to make sure that they get books that are like made I don't necessarily count it out, but I want to make sure that I think they get like 150 or 200, and they have to be new. The hospitals have to be new books. I just don't want to end up with them having 100 novels for teenagers.
Right.
So I overthink it, where I'm like, okay, well, this agency needs more toddler books, and this agency needs more of the board touchy books for babies. And so it becomes a thing.
What are your top places you give the books to?
All right, so the same places that we do the ornaments. So we do Golisano, we do Upstate Cancer Center. So those have to be new. We do Joslin Diabetes Center, St. Joe's. And then and for books, we also do St. Joe's primary care centers that are in sort of the rougher areas, like the one on Gifford Street. And they have a room where they keep they keep extra clothing for their patients and books and some toys and stuff. So they love getting them. And then McMahon Ryan Advocacy Center, Elmcrest Children's Center, Ronald McDonald House. We added Enhance Clinic, which I learned about a couple of years ago because I had so many books that I wanted to add. And Enhance it's out of the Nappy building, which is the same building where Joslin Diabetes is, right across from like Upstate. They're amazing because they're for foster children in Onondaga County. And that way, even if a child gets bounced to a whole bunch of houses, their medical stuff stays in the same clinic with the same doctors.
Oh,
so I just learned of them. Yeah.
So do you have a certain number of books that you're aiming for?
Or
does it depend on the age group?
Well, it doesn't necessarily depend on the age group. So I do always need, we give new baby books, like special, like this one says Welcome Little One, and this one is called Be Brave Little One. So St. Joe's gives a book to every baby born in the month of March.
Okay.
In Regan's birth month. And so they need about 140 usually of these new baby books. And
so those are on the Amazon list.
So these I put on the Amazon list. And instead of the card, what we do, just because I'm hoping the parents, and I've heard from parents who have gotten them and love that, I already have one in here. We put a sticker in this one, in these new baby books. We don't put the sticker in all the books.
So you do that every year?
Yeah, we do this every year. And I have heard from moms that are like, oh yeah, we got our book. And we also sometimes get like, I'm a sibling now, or I'm a big sister books, and we give those to St. Joe's too. So sometimes like even the siblings will get little books at the hospital. So these are like the special, we call them like Welcome to the World type books.
Now, did you pick those books out?
On the Amazon list, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's a couple other options too. Like, you know that book, Dr. Seuss, Places You'll Go?
Yeah.
That's one too that we give to new babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's really cute. So I definitely always need about 150 for St. Joe's. And even if I get more, I just save them for next year. So you can see I have some already, which is good. Because I get stressed out where I'm like, oh my God, I don't have enough baby books. And then I put a call on social media, and people are great and they respond. But that we need. And then Golisano has a library there. So they'll take anything. I usually give them, I think, 150. Joslin usually gets about 175.
Okay.
So we used to do boxes. Like I said, books are heavy. Yes, I didn't mention that. We did find those big shopping bags like that you can find at TJ Maxx and Marshall's are so much better. So we bring them.
Yeah, like the canvasy type.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're strong enough. But see, Elmcrest and McMahon Ryan, I think McMahon Ryan helps 1,200 kids a year. So they both they're like, we'll take whatever. Like, we'll take as many. So I give them each at least 300.
And they'll take like chapter book, novel
They'll take
types.
chapter books. Yeah. And so last year, maybe the year before, went through, I try to make sure the older books, I just quickly make sure that they're appropriate. Like some we got were a little bit too edgy maybe.
Yeah.
And unfortunately we do sometimes get like where someone cleaned out their attic from 1985 and they give us like smelly, musty books, and that's just more work for us. So we really ask that people don't do that. Just make sure they're in really good condition. And then those end up going to like the thrift store or Salvation Army or something.
So what's your deadline? Like, when do you want these books by if people want to send them to you? And does it send them right to your house?
Yeah. So on the Amazon wish list, I'll have our address in there, and I need to bring the new baby books over to St. Joe's March 1st.
Okay.
Because I want every baby born there in her birth month to get one. These we end up, and they can be any kind of books, like, boys and girls. These I end up bringing over later in March. It takes some time. I mean, it just takes time to sort everything. But yeah, so I'll collect, and I usually bump out the collection. Because what happens was, even if I've already delivered to Golisano, and I did do like a couple deliveries a week. So even if I have delivered to a few, if I get books like March 18th, then they'll just end up at Elmcrest. It's kind of a rolling thing for a couple of weeks. But yeah, so these, we just end up sticking this like under the cover.
And who started the book drive? Was that you?
I think so.
I think so.
It's a great idea.
It is.
I felt like I wanted to do something around her birth month.
Yeah, right.
Because at one point, the first few years, we had like a family fun movie night thing.
I remember that. Oh, I
So
remember
much
working
work.
that. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot. We did it at Lemoyne at first,
Yeah.
and then we did it at the Manlius Y. And it started out with an outdoor movie night was the idea, because she loved to go to those. She went to one at the Wild. We went to one, I don't know if the Village of Liverpool still does them, but they had one at that Johnson Park right in the Village that she loved. But then weather, I was like a stressed out mess. And we tried to have carnival games and vendors, and it was a whole thing. And it was fun. We definitely, the point was sort of to raise money, and we never raised any money, I don't think. We broke pretty even, but, and then I think maybe with COVID, it just kind of went away.
It did, yeah. Yeah.
So, and that was always like end of school year. And I just really liked the idea of doing something around her birthday. So that's how the book drive.
Do you still sell like the shirts, the Regan shirts
Yes.
and all that stuff?
Yes, I have a closet, and I should post about them and do a sale.
Okay.
At any point we'll do one. You can order them right on the website. So there's a little shop button on the regansactsofkindness.com website, and we have a couple of different designs that say choose kindness or be kind. Hoodies, long sleeves. We have them for, I think, size 2T all the way up to like double extra large type thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we basically, our goal, so I have a big project in my brain that I need to have the time to work on. My goal in life is to make this literacy-based children's garden. So there's one in Binghamton that is
I know what you're
next
talking
to
about.
Ross Park Zoo.
Yep.
Yes. And it's delightful. And you kind of walk through, and it's like meandering walkways, and there's things for the kids to climb on, and everything is based on children's books. So there's, I think, a Peter Rabbit section, and there's a real garden there that volunteers actually harvest the vegetables and bring them to the food bank down there. I know there's where the wild things are, and there's a statue of Max, and each section also has a little mailbox with a book in it. So I just love it. And I thought that'd be a great idea up here, and that would further the whole idea of her love of reading. And so we've been raising money just as we go. And some people actually, this woman, Lisa, who just got in touch with me recently, I think it's every month, has set up this automatic. It's like $15 a month, but it's so sweet. And I never knew who she was, and she just messaged me the other day, and I was like, oh my God, that's Lisa. And so people can make donations right on the website. And I think I'm up to about $150,000.
Wow.
I found the landscape architect that did that one in Binghamton, and he's retired now, but very interested in helping. But when they built that, which I believe was in 2010, it's cost about $300,000. Mine doesn't need to be as extensive. That has a lot of structures, and you can climb to the top of this building and go down a slide. We don't necessarily need all that. I was having trouble finding land for it, and I was pregnant with Grayson, and he was born in 2019. So probably 2018, I met with the town of DeWitt, and they were very interested in the idea. That sort of fizzled out. I just wasn't hearing back. They had a change in staffing for their parks and department. Long story short, in the past year, this amazing woman in the FM community, who's a realtor, who seems to know everyone, she spoke with Fayetteville about maybe putting it next to, what's the park behind Freedom of Espresso? Is that Canal Park? I would love to have it next to an existing playground, because then ours can be like the garden play space literacy, but we don't necessarily have to worry about bathrooms because there's already bathrooms there, or a lot of things like slides and swings and things like that. So it can be a slightly smaller scale. So I have to revamp the conversation with Fayetteville, but space was an issue. So hopefully it'll work out. And I need to actually start once we know what the land looks like and the dimensions.
So do you need like another big fundraiser, you think? Maybe
I
you're gonna
think
have to do?
I think what helps is when people can visualize what something's going to look like.
Yes.
So my goal in life is to figure out exactly where it's going to go, then get a landscape architect involved. We have so many amazing artists in the community, and the owner of Shades of Orange up in Cicero has always been a supporter, and I feel like she could activate people to, make some of the sculptures and maybe make a statue of Max from Where the Wild Things Are or whatever. Then we have, which I didn't know, we had this like local organization of retired contractors, and if you give them the materials, build things, and they'll donate their time. And we have so many amazing things in Central New York that a lot of people I think don't even know about, and so many amazing people that I think once we have a plan and we're like, look at this blueprint, this is what we want to build, and we need to raise another 50 grand. I think then I can have a big fundraising campaign, and there's no reason why certain things couldn't be sponsored. So then we could have companies contribute, and they can have their little sign on the the garden shed for the Peter Rabbit section. I'm not going to copy the one at Binghamton exactly, but so I think then it will really get going.
Okay.
I probably need to get a committee because it's overwhelming.
It is.
For me to figure out how to do it.
You need help,
It's not my wheelhouse, really. My wheelhouse is like PR. Like I can spread the word about anything, but I'm, not a landscape architect person, and so I have to figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, I'd love to do that. And we have the money, already, quite a bit of money.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It is a great idea.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like that around here.
No, I think it would be fun, and it's just one more thing to bring the kids to. And I think, we don't have anything like that around here. We do have amazing kid-related things here, and it would just be one more thing. And that's definitely the group that young parents who either had children Regan's age when it happened or have them now, it's such a terrible thing that it really pulls on their heartstrings, and they just can't imagine the loss of a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. So they are definitely our most supportive. The moms are definitely the people who do the most for us and care the most. And I think they would love a place like that to bring their kids.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth mentioning just the support. I mean, we're both transplants to the area. I moved here to work at Channel 9. We're both from the Albany, sort of Hudson Valley, Berkshires area. And we were in Indiana because I was at a Fox TV station there anchoring on the weekends. And we moved here to be closer because we wanted to start having kids. And we're only about 2.5 hours to our both sets of parents now that we're here. But anyway, we were transplants, and we came here to work at Channel, for me to be at Channel 9 for 3 years. And then the thought was next place, because that's what you do as a TV reporter. And then my husband took the Syracuse fire exam, and then the rest is history. I don't think we ever discussed staying here forever.
She said to me, she goes, well, I guess I'm here the next 20 years.
Guess we're here. There's a pension. I mean, yeah. But I will say that, and my dad told me, my dad's a retired police officer, and he had told me, because then right around the time that Mark got on with the fire department, I left Channel 9 and started working for a company in the St. Joseph's Health System. Now I'm at St. Joe's itself. But, when you leave a job, you realize your work friends, you just kind of, so I was I had a few months where I'm I have no friends, I have no life. And Gavin was not even he was 1. And my dad's just wait, the fire department becomes your family, which is so true.
So true.
I probably rolled my eyes at him because that's what we do to our parents.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Kelly and I literally were at Nibsies, realized my daughter and her son were the same age, and we started talking about bubble guppies.
Yes.
And that's how we met. And then we were
because our
inseparable
kids
ever
were
since.
obsessed
And we
with
realized we
bubble
lived
guppies.
right down the street from each other too.
Yes, we lived near each other.
Right near Lemoyne.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
And because we were transplants, we had no connection or allegiance to any certain school. We lived in the city, and I just knew that I was going to be doing private school. And I was I don't even know where to send the kid. I
was like, Holy Cross.
was like,
That's
Blessed
where we're
Sacrament,
going.
Holy Cross. And she's like, do Holy Cross. I was like, all right.
And they're still together to this day in 10th grade.
Yeah.
Gavin and Alyssa since pre-K.
That's funny.
They were joking because when they started at CBA, they, some of the kids were like, ooh, you got,
Oh, yeah. She's like, we ended up telling people we're cousins.
Yeah, just say you're cousins. because they both are be completely grossed out by that thought anyway, and they act more like brother and sister. And even I was at CBA yesterday briefly, and I was talking to a friend, and I said they act like, because they don't hang out at school.
No, yeah, they got.
But then they hang out when we're together. They definitely are like cousins, where you kind of like barely acknowledge your cousin's existence, like in like a big group. But then you're fine and you're close and you're.
And they pick on each other. She told me yesterday. She goes, "So Gavin and I started this thing like when we're in class, and if he raises his hands and answer a question, she goes, I turn and I stare at him.
Are you serious?
And then when I raise my hand and answer a question, he turns and stares at me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. See, boys don't talk that much, so I have to hear everything from the girl moms.
I was like, well, that's good. You guys are going to be best.
Well, he's finally, allegedly, according to his teachers, being one of the main participants in class. It only took till 10th grade.
Me too.
And I literally was like, wait, like you're talking about my Gavin? Like, is that who? Because he's never.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, he's like the leader in class. I'm like, that's great,
I
but bizarre. So don't let your daughter make him feel weird about talking.
No, they do it to each other. She said he started it.
Oh,
or no, she started.
I can totally see him turning around and just staring with that look on his face.
Just so different. I feel like 9th grade is when they really opened up, and I didn't really check homework anymore. She just did it, and
I don't check.
Yeah.
7th grade's terrible. How old are your kids?
6th and 4th.
Okay, I'm sorry to tell you this. 7th grade is terrible. Just because not only like more expectations in school and so much more schoolwork, but just their attitudes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
7th grade.
So it gets worse than it is now.
Is your 6th grader a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Okay, so they're very unorganized. I'm talking like the papers are going to be shoved in the bottom of the backpack, like even if they
they already are
for each class. Like our big thing was organization.
Yeah, they already are.
Oh, and then somewhere halfway through the year, because he was doing his homework, he was definitely doing it. Oh, I didn't know I had to turn it in. I can't even tell you.
Great.
So 6th grade, like A student, and 7th grade.
When do they start getting interested in girls? Because right now he's like,
I don't know. Gavin's still. He's never gonna watch the show, right? I gotta make sure he doesn't. And actually, he does. He does watch your clips.
He does.
He's gonna be mad at me.
I see he likes some of my.
He's gonna be mad at me. So he had like an alleged sort of girlfriend, but not. But I did buy her something from Lululemon. Is that the store?
Yeah.
I'm a boy mom. I don't know. For Christmas, and that was a short-lived, like 2-month thing. But I think that was 8th grade. But 9th, 10th.
That's an expensive gift.
I found it on the clearance rack, but still, I wanted to be like, can I have that back? And he was with me, but like
you can't return things. I think when you buy it on the clearance rack.
Well, she wanted like a little pair of shorts. Like the shorts look like a headband. I swear to God. But like, who tells? I don't know. I know it would have been like, this is what you need to buy me. Go to Lululemon and buy me a pair of whatever size shorts. First of all, I don't think I've ever had a romantic interest in my life, including my current husband, ever buy me pants or like bottoms. I don't know if that's probably just me not wanting to like discuss my sizes. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if I told Mark, like, can you go buy me a pair of jeans? He'd be like, what?
Yeah. Do you know do you know the firemen do get money off? They get a percentage off Lululemon.
No.
They do?
Yes, Todd just found out. He got me some stuff for Christmas. He's never bought me clothes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. They get like 15% off.
I think there's a lot of discounts that I don't know about because Mark's terrible about looking up.
He just found out. He came in with 50%. I go, it's not 50%.
Oh my God, that'd be
I'm telling you
amazing.
right now. No, it's 50%.
Okay, Todd, gear down.
So I walked in the store. They're like 15.
15. That's a lot different. No, I don't know. He'll flat out say like, I don't want the drama, girls, and that's fine with me.
Yeah,
because that's an interesting.
That's
smart.
smart.
Do a whole show on how to figure out how to deal with like your kids' girlfriend or boyfriends. Because I think it's weird when I got to wrap my head around this. I think it's weird when people are like way close with their kids, with their 8th or 9th grade child's girlfriend, boyfriend. Like they sit together at games.
That's bizarre.
The moms are friends. I have trouble with that. I think it's weird because I'm cynical where I'm like, okay, like how long is that relationship really going to last?
Yeah.
And then you break up, then it's like the whole family's devastated, which has happened. Like I know of people who that's happened to.
It will say it's different now. Like even like your kid's friend, like my mom was never friends with. My mom doesn't even like barely knew who I was dating because it's not serious.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like,
it's just
but
weird.
Then there are other things about being a boy mom. Like I don't want my sons to only gravitate toward the wife's family, which tends to happen. And that's a whole I'll start crying about that whole, like, because you'll see videos where they're like, oh, I'm a boy mom, so my kids will never spend Christmas with me. And I'm like, don't say that.
I know.
So, and I don't like the idea of like a monster, you know, the mom-in-law is terrible. Like, I don't want that whole vibe where, you know, I'm the annoying random mother-in-law. Yeah. So how do you almost like, I need a therapist on the show. Yeah. Like, how do you develop that, like, a good relationship with someone and, I don't know. Yeah. So you're not annoying, but so you're not like BFFs when they're in high school. It's weird.
It's tough.
So yes, I'm not dealing with the dating thing at all right now, which is good. But there's new levels, you know. There's talking to. Do you know this?
No.
No, we're talking. And that doesn't mean like, hey, that's like they're snapping all day long. And talking is a new level in the relationship. It's like the beginning. So if you're talking, if I'm talking to a boy,
I should be taking notes.
Nobody else can be talking to that boy. Like if that boy then talks to another girl, he's basically cheated on me, even though we're not even officially dating. It's a thing.
And Alyssa told me too, she'll probably kill me when I say this, but when they snap you, because everything's snap.
Everything's on snap.
When someone snaps you, you let it marinate. You don't open it right away.
Oh, you don't?
Because
it does say unread. Like it says unread.
You gotta like let it marinate. So she'll get a snap, Melissa, let it marinate.
It's like a guessing
So that's
game.
a phrase that they're actually using?
Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me.
Some of the phrases.
She told me the other day, she goes, I hope nobody ever finds your podcast from my school. I go, why? She goes, Mom, it's embarrassing. I'm like, no, it's not.
Everything we do is embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then I have Grayson, who's only in first grade, and he's obsessed with me, and he loves me so much. And he's like,
will you marinate in that?
Just mine. And then I have the other one that, like, I say one word. He's like,
yeah.
I pull up to drop my kid off at school, and he's like, shut the music off and don't talk. I'm like, nobody can hear the music.
Nobody can.
I'm like, and besides, you picked out the song. He's like, Mom, just shut it off. I'm like, get out of the car.
See, I'm the type that if you act like that to me, I'm going to embarrass you more.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm like the yeller at the games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good job, Gavin. Like, I don't even care.
Does that bother him?
He really has no choice. Like, I probably did it first. He's used to it now. He plays like year-round sports. So, no, I'm just kind of like, too bad. But I think embarrassing our children is fun.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like
a
hobby of mine.
And I think we need to have you back and talk about this.
Oh,
I think we totally should. Because there's a lot. There's a lot.
But I'm afraid she's going to be too scared. Because like,
oh, no, I'm into this. No, I'm into this.
Yeah. Our kids might kill us.
Seventh was terrible.
Yeah. I think our kids will kill us, but who cares?
So I never thought it was an issue that CBA, you need a 70 to pass instead of a 65. I'm like, no big deal. Gavin's like, it's 90s. And I was honor society. So like in my brain, like you don't really get 70s or whatever. Yeah.
It's tough there.
Oh, yeah.
So tough.
He ended up like 2 points failing a class in 7th grade and had to do summer school.
It's going to be Alyssa this year.
She's going to kill me.
Geometry's so bad.
But then like it turned right around. I mean, not right. 8th was a little bit better, but like, and he's really locked in.
They just got to figure it out. It's like anything in life. Got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they do.
He's like high on a roll, but I'm very like, did you work? How's that? Like, and he's like, it's fine, Mom. I'm doing good this year. I'm like, I have PTSD, dude. Like, I don't trust that, like, you're getting, you know?
Yeah.
You're getting, because I don't ever see him do homework. He's just does it quick while he's.
Does he have a study hall at school that he's doing
it?
He
has multiple study halls at school.
They do.
If they don't do music, he has some days, because they have, CBA has a period built in the day so the kids can go meet with teachers if they need to start their homework. It was always the last period of the day. Now it's 4th period. And so that's LEAP. And that's when they can go get extra help and they can start. So they all have that, like no matter what grade you're in. But then he also has a couple study halls. So like last night, he's like, I'm just going to do my homework at study hall. And I know I did that. I know I did it. And I know I did it on the bus. But as the mom, I'm like, no, don't you think you should do it now while you're like, you know, I'm just like.
It's like a control thing. Like, yeah, I get it.
And he sits in the dark to do something. I'm like, don't turn on a light. And I remember being so annoyed by the amount of times my mother would turn a light on when I would. But I think it's just my older eyes need light. But yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You just got to trust them. I don't really trust them.
Thank you.
I don't trust them.
Especially boys.
Boys are terrible.
Yeah.
They stink.
All right, well, thank you for
stink.
coming. They're just kind of dumb too. Yeah. I said that to the vice principal yesterday.
She goes, it doesn't get better.
No, I said to the vice principal at CBA yesterday, I'm like,
we're sorry,
they're
Danny.
just dumb. And he goes, oh, and the body odor, they just stink. So that's what made me think of it, because you just said they stink. We love our boys, but they do. Oh, you in the Axe body spray yet?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So then they're going to decide Axe is lame. And then you're going to have all these half bottles of the Axe everywhere. Then they're going to want $300 bottles of cologne.
Okay, can I just tell you, boys are more into the material
Cologne
crap
and
than the
shoes.
girls. My daughter could wear anything. She doesn't care.
That's in my house already.
Oh. Sneakers, cologne.
What's up with the sneakers?
I know that's the thing.
My husband, who's not materialistic at all, he's like, we've got sneakers for this. We've got sneakers for baseball, basketball,
and then
to go to get the mail.
Then he wears his Birks to play sports.
Oh, yeah,
he wears his Birks to the gym.
If you have sneakers. The Birks or the Uggs,
yeah.
What's up with boys wearing Uggs?
Oh, we haven't done.
They all wear them. Yeah, but it's whole basketball team.
They are?
They all wear them.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, is AAU play? Oh.
They go through phases. Like Hey Dude was a big phase. They don't wear those anymore.
Now Nate's asking for the Birkenstocks.
I mean, I will say they're expensive, but I will say if you're going to wear them every single day, like 364 days a year.
Well, I told Thomas if he starts wearing Birkenstocks, he can just wear mine because I wear them.
Right.
Oh, yeah, true.
He said, Mom, it's not really that cool.
Thank you for coming. That was great. We're going to have you back and we're going to talk
random things.
Having kids. The joys of having kids.
And then tell our kids not to watch because they're going to get mad.
Yeah, they'll get embarrassed by us. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
ReganZagsTheKindness.com and then the Facebook page.
Yep.
And I'll try to get better about Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you.
All right. Thanks for having me. Bye.